Hello everyone, welcome to a discussion on the Sprint Retrospective meeting from the Scrum Methodology. My name is Zach Jernigan, and I'll be leading you on this learning adventure. If you are someone who likes to go directly to the source, most of this information is pulled from scrum.org. This website has tons of great resources if you or your team are interested in learning more about the Scrum Methodology. In this presentation, I will try to answer three main questions. What is a sprint retrospective? This should give you some information about the retrospective. How to conduct a retrospective. This includes the logistics of the retrospective, but also how the different stakeholders participate in the meeting. Finally, what is the importance of the retrospective? How can it help improve the quality of your work and workplace? Before we jump into the details of what a retrospective is, let's discuss the Scrum framework. Scrum is an agile framework that came around in the early 2000s. The first use of the term Scrum comes from the 1980s when Hirotaka Takeuchi and Ikujiro Ninaka used it in an article comparing software development to manufacturing like automobiles and printers. The official origins of Scrum begin with Ken Schwarber in 2001 when he solidified the framework with the help of many others. The big parts of the Scrum framework are the Scrum team, made up of the product owner, Scrum Master, and development team. Scrum events, which are the meetings and processes that make up a sprint, and artifacts, the items produced during a sprint. Knowing more about the Scrum team and specific artifacts might help you better understand the retrospective, but for now, let's focus on the Scrum events. The sprint is a time-gated development cycle with clear goals and outcomes. During the sprint, the Scrum team will modify different artifacts. All events or meetings happen inside this sprint and are designed to improve upon the artifacts or the software that is being developed. Scrum and Agile methodology in general are built on this idea that iteration tends to improve design. The retrospective takes that same philosophy and applies it to the team process. This, however, begs the question, how can we work to iterate on not only our software, but our processes? If I give you 5 seconds, can you think of a time you have been on a team where even if you've produced good work, the project was just difficult? Go ahead and think of a time. Do you have it? I bet you also thought of ways to improve on that team. Maybe your boss wasn't the best communicator. Maybe you were unsure from the start what the end goal looks like. Maybe you needed more resources and didn't know how to ask for them. A sprint retrospective is designed to help you articulate that feeling and improve on it as a team. Unlike other sprint events, the retrospective is meant to improve upon the effectiveness of the team. Retrospective gives the team a chance to improve upon the processes that they use so the next sprint can be more successful or more efficient. Just like a piece of software is never perfected, the team process can be continually improved upon. This is what the Sprint Retrospective offers. The main area of topics for the discussion include team communication and how to improve on it, obstacles that may arise and how to avoid them in the future, and revising the definition of done. Team communication. Communication is the glue that holds a team together, and after each sprint, it's worth taking a step back to see how well the team is working collaboratively towards shared goals. Misunderstanding, bottlenecks, or unclear expectations? The retrospective is where we identify those challenges and can come up with solutions. The retrospective meeting is a chance to discuss and brainstorm ways to enhance those interactions. Maybe it's as simple as tweaking your meeting schedule or clarifying roles. Or maybe adopting a new tool could save time and reduce confusion. Whatever it may be, the goal should be to make teamwork flow more effectively. Obstacles and how to avoid them. Sprints don't always go as planned. The retrospective is a perfect time to talk about what slowed the team down. Were there blockers you didn't anticipate? This meeting lets you figure out how to avoid similar issues next time. This might mean streamlining workflows, getting better at time management, or making sure the team has the resources they need. Proactively addressing these issues sets everyone up for smoother sailing in future sprints. Definition of done. As your project evolves, so does your idea of what done really means. It's important to keep this definition relevant and achievable. Is it clear to everyone on the team? Does it still reflect the current priorities? Making sure your done is well defined ensures the product meets expectations every time. How does this meeting actually work? While this may vary in the exact specifics from company to company, you will get the entire team together and ask three main questions. 1. What went well during the sprint? 2. What didn't go well? And 3. What can be improved upon? Each member of the Scrum team should get an opportunity to contribute their answers to these questions. How your team handles this is up to your team. You may get together in a conference room and discuss each question one at a time. When others are sharing what they thought about the previous sprint, others should listen. The Scrum Master should make sure that the topic stays focused on the process and not the products. If the discussion begins to drift into things people liked or disliked about the latest artifact, the Scrum Master should steer the conversation back to the process of how that artifact was created. For example, they may say, I'm so glad you liked our latest features. Was there anything while you were working that you enjoyed or made it so great? Can we focus on how the process went? If your team can't physically meet, there are other options to run the meeting. This meeting can be done with sticky notes that each member adds to a board with these questions written on it. You can ask each member of your team to post something by the end of the day, and then summarize the thoughts the next day. This meeting could also be done digitally. It is important that whatever you use, that everyone on the team can see the responses. That way, they can agree if they feel the need to. Another important part of the meeting is that everyone feels heard. Everyone should feel like they contributed to the discussion and had their feelings heard. The Scrum Master should work to make sure that every voice is heard and any concerns or suggestions are discussed by the whole team. Here are some tips and tricks. These tips and tricks come from scrum.org, but are also things that I stress when I run a modified version of Scrum in my classroom. Keeping these in mind can help you improve on the retrospective meeting. Item 1. Don't be afraid of the uncomfortable. Sometimes we need to share something with our team, but we might not feel comfortable doing it. That feeling is normal, but can stop the team from making improvements on the sprint process. If you feel a certain way, be sure to share it. It may be that others have felt the same way, or maybe you are the only person on your team who is feeling that way. Either way, at least your concern will be out there and can be addressed. Item 2. Make certain that items are within your team's control. If a concern comes up, you should spend some time during the meeting talking about whether or not it is actually in your team's control. For example, if you dislike the programming environment you're producing your work in, that is something to bring up and discuss. Unfortunately, you may not be able to change the programming environment your company uses. You should instead focus on how you can work to improve on the situation that you are currently in. Maybe you need more support learning the ins and outs of the programming environment. Maybe someone from the team can set up some meeting times with you to show you a few tricks that they have learned. Learning a platform or using resources more deeply is in your control. Forcing a company to change what they have built their software in might not be. You can't change what you can't change. Item 3. Make sure everyone is on the same page. Often, when we are in these meetings, we may focus on certain things and zone out at other points in times. After the team has settled on something to work on for the next sprint, you should make sure everyone agrees on what the team is going to do about it. Confirm this so that everyone knows what you plan to do in the next sprint. Something as simple as going around the room and making everyone repeat what you plan to do may seem silly, but can confirm everyone is leaving the meeting with the same understanding. Item 4. Don't try to fix everything in the next sprint. You might have a list of items that you want to fix. Instead of trying to fix a long list, focus on just 1 or 2 items to improve upon in the next sprint. This will let you see if that item can be improved upon and if what you discussed will actually work. If you try to fix too many things all at once, you may get a subpar effort from the team on all of those things. Thank you for watching this brief overview of Sprint Retrospectives. See you next time.